I'm going to take a quick moment to get the previous match reported. It'll just be a moment. And there we go. Alright, so I'm ready to go as soon as both players are. Whoa! What is going on Doja's stream? Is this some mod? Or are we really glitching out here? Is this a ROM hack? Or are we all collectively having a stroke? It looks like that was a Game Genie code. Alright. But yeah, we've got a ready from Jerpidude. And a ready from Dogeman. Let's kick this off. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we gotta reset the match score here. And update the records. Both players stacking up cleanly in the early goings. Jerpidude had to take quite a few burns before he could find that longbar for the Tetris, but does score. First Tetris up the game. Doge follows it up with one of his own. Jerpidude holds out rather than take the burn triple and gets rewarded for it with another Tetris. Is already stacked up for another one, but longbar not coming for this one. It's taking its sweet time here. There it is. Doge having to do a little bit of burning, has a bit of a misdrop, but that is a T-spin situation, but T-piece was not coming there. And opts to just burn it down nice and normally. And we're getting a little bit of PowerPoint Tetris here on Doge's side. Let me give him a pause, refresh, and see if it helps. Jerpidude getting up high in need of a longbar, and one is not coming. This could get bad for Jerpidude, who's hoping that that piece at the left side would burn it. It does not. That's going to be a top out at 88,000 points and 160, which meant Doge didn't even need that Tetris. He was literally 4 points ahead. That probably came from slamming down the very first piece and nothing else. Don't let anybody tell you that push down points don't matter. What are push down points? So you can score a few points with each piece if you press down to lock it down faster. It's really, they're usually inconsequential compared to the scores you get from line clears, but very occasionally in tight games it does make a difference. Alright, but we got a ready from Dogeman. It looks like we had a ready from Jerpidude. He's going to confirm that ready. Time for game number 2. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, just to talk about pushdown points for a little bit, if you're not familiar. I believe the amount of pushdown points you get is basically 1 for every tile that you have down pressed for the piece. You get 1 point. Over the course of a max out game, if you push down every single piece as much as possible, it would usually only add up to something like 2,000. Somewhere around 2, maybe 3,000 points if you push down every piece as much as possible, which is why a lot of people don't really bother. And another reason a lot of people don't bother is because pushing down makes the pieces fall faster. But if you let them drop slower, sometimes you can end up seeing other options based on what the next piece was going to be. It lets you kind of adjust it and build cleaner if you take your time more with the pieces. So there's a couple reasons why a lot of people don't bother with them. But anyway, both players stacking up cleanly so far. Doge makes that Tetris to pull just about neck and neck. Very tight scores and almost the same number of lines for both players. Got a very tight game so far. Doge's got quite a few dependencies there. One turned into a line dependency. He's going to opt to just try to burn this down from above. He's able to score a Tetris underneath, but now is finding trouble trying to get down to this dependency. Those pieces will help him. He needs one more good piece to get all the way down to that hole in the board and get it filled in. He does so there. But now that situation at the left side is still dependent. He's still looking for a J or a long bar. It does not come. He opts to just plug it up and burn it off. Ooh, and a misdrop on that L. Going to cause a few problems, but not going to be too bad. Just need to clear off one line to get to the holes. And Doge is set up for a middle well. Wasn't sure what to do with the square piece there, but he saw that the long bar was coming and knew it was okay to just leave it in a bit of a suboptimal spot and burn it off later to make sure he stayed open for the Tetris. That's what he did, and now he's having to work through the garbage that resulted from it. And also got a few extra suboptimal pieces while he was trying to clean it up, which made it worse. Now he's got even more of a situation to clean up. Doge just still trying to hold out for the right pieces to get it fixed up. Jerpidude running some trouble up high on his board. Get some good pieces that allows the right side to get opened up. He does get a long bar in time to knock down the Tetris and give himself some more room to work with. That's going to be another long bar. That's only for a triple. And one more long bar will get this board down as far as he can with those holes in the middle. He's trying to work down and just burn off those holes. Dig himself out of those. Just a few more good pieces will let him get totally clean here. And that'll do it. He is totally opened up. Doge dealing with some more trouble up high. It looks like he hung a square, could not get it all the way over, and that is going to be a top out at 254,000 points. And Jerpidude is good for game number 2. Doge saying he got distracted thinking that Jerpidude was going to top out. But that will even set number 2 at 1-1. Jerpidude saying even he thought he was going to top out. But we got both players ready. We are even at 1-1. Game number 3 is for the advantage. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Players starting out with nice clean boards. Doge is dealing with a little bit of jaggedness, but still nice and low, got plenty of time to work with it. Jerpidude does get stacked up and score the first Tetris of the game. Doge still got a little bit of jagged chasm in the middle of his board. He's trying to get it filled in as much as he can. Will have to create a hole in his stack and try to dig back down out of it. Does score a Tetris underneath it, though, to at least keep the score going. But cannot find the right pieces to get it burned back out before he has to just take the burn triple underneath it. Jerpidude staying clean and scoring Tetris after Tetris, sitting at 93,000 points at 19 lines. So very good pace early on. Doge sets up a L dependency but gets it filled in. He's now set up for a slightly dirty Tetris. And there's the long bar for it, and that is a Tetris for Doge. Getting his board nice and cleaned up here, ready for another slightly dirty Tetris. Or wasn't quite ready for that one, so puts that long bar to the left side to try to get ready again. And he scores another dirty Tetris there. How long is he going to stay like this before he just opts to burn it back down? One more dirty Tetris. I thought he was going to burn it all the way back down to the bottom for that one, but he decided to be aggressive and kept going for it, and unfortunately RNG decided to punish him for his insolence there. Don't test RNG, it says. And Doge running in some tricky pieces to work with, but is still trying to get this set up into a dirty Tetris. Oh, but unfortunately cannot complete the delayed burn before that long bar comes. Well, was blocked for that long bar, cannot score the Tetris there. But he's got it open back up. He's finding ways to burn as he tries to wait out for this long bar. That long bar does not want to come for him. And he opts to take the burn double to shift that dirty well over a little bit. I can't tell if he's trying to get this burn back to the bottom and just not getting the right pieces to do it, or if he's just accepting those burn doubles to try to stall out for the Tetris. He's getting sent up high here, running into some tricky board situation. Does get a Tetris over to the right side, but it may be a little bit too little, too late. He's got a very tricky board here to work with. A long bar will give him some more room to work with. Gets the J piece over. Still needs some help from RNG here. And is that help going to come? Barely. Gets the Z piece over. Can't get the next Z piece over, and that is going to be a top out at 210,000 points. Doe's just got a little bit too aggressive there, and eventually RNG made him pay for it. Jerpidude is good for game number 3. It is 2-1 in Jerpidude's favor here. So Doge needs this game to stay alive, and needs both of the next 2 games if he wants to take the set. We got it ready from both players. Game 4, crucial for Doge in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Doge immediately having to do a tuck, but pulls it off no problem. Jerpidude trying to get stacked up cleanly. We'll have to take a few skims here and there. He's dealing with a little bit of a mini drought. That long bar does not want to come quickly for him. And there finally is that long bar for the first Tetris of the game. Immediately gets himself set back up for another one, but is spiring here a little bit on his board. A couple good pieces will help him get that fixed up and let him score another Tetris. Doge also dealing with some tricky board states here. Is just trying to find a way to get this back into a normal well position. And a L followed by a long bar will go a long way towards that. But builds himself into a long bar dependency, immediately gets the long bar, so a little bit of forgiveness from RNG here, and some solid skimming on the left side to stay clean and accommodate the next pieces. So if we can get this all the way burnt back out, he is ready for a Tetris, and there it is for Doge. But builds himself into another long bar dependency. Jerpidude is up high and needs the right pieces in short order here. Misdrops the S piece there. He may not be able to recover from this one. He's able to still take a few lines there, but cannot get a piece all the way over to the right side, and that is a top out at 124,000 points. Doge is in control now, but he is getting up high. There's a Tetris for Doge. He's going to need about 10,000 more points. And he's got himself knocked back down, ready for a Tetris, and that Tetris will do it. 144 is more than good enough for Doge. And we've got not just one decider, we've got a double decider. Alright, but let me give a quick pause refresh to both players ahead of this decider. Doge is pulling out the big Doge here. Don't know how else to describe it. That Doge is no longer a small boy, he is big boy. Chunk Doge. Big Chungus, that one was. Alright. But Jerpidude is ready with the singes, no less. Dogeman saying he's dropped just over a sixth of his frames. Yeah, I'd believe it. I'd believe it. And we got the ready from Doge. It is winner take all here in set number 2, game number 5 decider in 3, 2, 1. Tetris and Singe and Super Hexagon. Jerpidude is going to find exactly the piece he needed to get Tetris ready right in time for the long bar. Doge's got a bit of a tuck there. Finally finds the L piece to fill it in. Has to take a couple more burns, but he's got that tuck situation filled up. Getting Tetris ready right in time, and there's his first Tetris. Jerpidude dealing with a bit of a dependent board here. But we'll take a delayed burn and use a long bar to fill it in, and another long bar for the Tetris. Doge answers that right back. So we are even here in the early goings. Every Tetris is being answered right back and forth. Doge got some tricky pieces to work with and ended up creating a pretty massive hole in his board, but he can turn this into a column 8 Tetris well, and that is what he is going to do, but getting rough pieces to complete it. But he will get it back opened up right in time for the long bar for the column 8 Tetris. But now builds himself into a long bar dependency in a very empty left side of his board. Is getting this burnt back down out of. Still got a little bit to fill in on the left side, right in time for the long bar. There's another Tetris for Doge. But Doge has fallen behind by about a Tetris here. Doge gets his well opened back up. There's another Tetris for Doge. Jerpidude had to take a bit of a delayed burn there. It's going to stall out scoring just a bit. There's another Tetris for Jerpidude. Stacking up nice and cleanly, waiting for the next long bar. But is struggling to find that next long bar. Gets a J piece in time to kind of fill in that middle of his board a little bit more. Finally does get that long bar, and Doge is going to score one right back. We are neck and neck, less than 5,000 points separating the two players. Jerpidude tried to take a burn there, but did not orient the piece correctly, and it did not burn any lines. His position is still workable. He can definitely burn his way out of this, but it's going to need RNG to be cooperative at this point. RNG is cooperative, lets him out of it, and scores a Tetris right away. But Doge has taken a small lead here, but he builds himself into a long bar dependency. And with a burn triple is going to open his well back up for business. Doge is trying to get that well opened back up. It does so, follows it up with the long bar. We've got a game here, boys. Jerpidude's going to answer that one right back. He is about 6 lines ahead, though. So Doge has got more time to work with. So strictly speaking, he's got the better pace. But Doge runs into a little bit of trouble on his board. He still has this long bar dependency. He's able to skim it off and open up the right side. Gets the left side filled in with a long bar. But builds right back into another long bar dependency. He's playing this very aggressively. Wants these dirty Tetrises. But is the game going to let him have them? Is the question. Takes a burn triple, unfortunately. That's going to take him. And actually, he had a hole at the bottom that would have prevented the Tetris anyway. So I was mistaken that it would be a dirty Tetris. Jerpidude stacking up high on the left side. Almost Tetris ready, but got the long bar a little bit too early and opts to just burn it down. But it looks like he's going aggressive for this one. He wants that column 2 Tetris, but once again the long bar comes at a bad time, and now he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Needs some cooperation from RNG. Really would love a long bar. Is going to make do with a couple pieces. Misdrop. There's a key misdrop on Jerpidude's side. This could be fatal for him. And cannot fill in the left side. That's a top out for Jerpidude at 369,000 points. Doge already at 412,000 points. Takes set number 2 in the decider.